And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk program. Oh, man. Well, my last show, we had to spank XDC. And tonight's show, after this one, starts at about 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific. Yeah. We're going to have to spank XDC again and our 3/4. And we're going to talk about tokenomics. We're going to actually talk about the actual token itself, not the protocol and what it does and how all the businesses are using it, but we're going to talk about the actual protocols today. I'm sorry, the tokenomics. I'm getting myself confused. The actual tokenomics, and again, Canton will come out on top. That's just how it is. You don't have to like it. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to sell anything you don't want to do. It's just the facts. My channel is a fact channel. If you want to follow facts, follow facts. If you don't, and you want to believe in fairy tales, then believe in fairy tales. That's up to you. You have your choice, okay? Chris Sharpie says, here for my 8 minutes of class this morning. You know, you only got 15 minutes to watch the show. Then you got to go watch something else, right? So we're going to bullshit for 5 or 10 minutes. And that way you only get 5 minutes to learn. Brilliant. My name's Crypto Hawk, not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor. I don't know anything about crypto at all, everybody. I don't know anything about finances, financial advice. I don't know anything about coins, nothing at all. I don't know anything about stocks. Christopher Popopov. What I do know is about drugs. How to take drugs every day. That's the best thing in the world, man. Me and Chucky and Zoltar slamming heroin, mainline, LSD, angel dust, tootin' the hoot. All kinds of stuff. That's what we do. Heroin, cocaine. We just snort it, eat it, crunch it, inject it, transdermal it, keister it, whatever you got to do to get it in your system. Hulk, can Canton be bought secretly on dark pools, or is everything seen? Well, I'm sure anything can probably be bought on a dark pool or hidden ledgers and these kinds of things. The whole market's susceptible to that. What we got, though, here's one of the things, though. I'm going to talk about that tonight. That would be a good question to bring that question for tonight, because I'm not going to discuss Canton right now. I got a show on Canton tonight. Any kind of Canton questions you can ask for tonight. All right, now we have Securitize. Somebody brought this to my attention. I went over this, but I wasn't quite aware what's up. Securitize, let me give you the article first. Okay, this is massive. What did I just say? I start off with the show, and this person's asking me, so are you suggesting to sell? What did I just say? Some people like hear, but they don't listen. Or they listen, but they don't hear. Whatever it is, I'm not going over it. Go back and rewind and listen to the beginning portion. It's about as simple. I'm a very clear person. One thing about Crypto Hulk, must be brand new person, must be brand new. Crypto Hulk is very clear what he says. You don't have to say, so are you saying? See, I'm the kind of person, if you don't know, you're going to know. I just say it. If I don't say it, I didn't mean it. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. So if you didn't hear something, I didn't say it. All right. Now, if you're brand new, and if you don't know what Securitize is a company that takes real world assets and turns them into tokens. Now, the biggest investment company in the world, BlackRock, is working with Securitize to tokenize what they call U.S. treasuries. And BlackRock was the first. See, look, Nothing happens unless BlackRock gets involved in it first. See, the reason we can't have the reason all this tokenizing and crypto, the reason this is taking so long is, look, the biggest whales have to go first. Now, if a little whale starts to go first, that ain't going to happen. If a little minnow, if there's this tiny itsy bitsy little bank, they ain't going to do shit because BlackRock. So what does everybody do? They look up to BlackRock, okay? And they wait for BlackRock to do something, and then the next biggest bank, and then the next biggest bank underneath them, and it trickles down all the way to the bottom, and then it goes into the smallest banks that we have, the credit unions, and that kind of thing at the very end, okay? So you got Securitize started off tokenizing with BlackRock. Now, BlackRock works with a crypto company called Ondo, O-N-D-O. They have that at Caleb Brown. You can buy it. They have the best quality Ondo at Caleb Brown, by the way. Now, Ondo, to make this happen, is working with a bridge called Axelar. That's also at Caleb and Brown. Axelar, A-X-E-L-E-R. And Axelar is a Ripple partner. Now, what we got going on here is you're going to want to get this stuck. So here's the deal. You might be somebody, Crypto Hulk, I have enough crypto and this and that. What I need is cryptos that are stocks, like real companies. I'm telling you what, to the person that sent me this reminder, thank you very much. Securitize, we went over this last October. Securitize, the leading tokenization platform, is going to become a public company at $1.25 billion valuation. They're working with a company called Cantor Fitzgerald, Cantor Equity Partners 2. Now, what we got here is this. Establishes the first, here we go again, I always like you guys to see first mover advantage, okay? This company, Securitize, is going on the stock market. You want to buy this, okay? You want to look into buying this because this is the first public securities focused tokenization infrastructure company. Everybody, you got first mover advantage. And what's more important than first mover advantage is you've got BlackRock actively working. BlackRock is the biggest investment company with $13 trillion in asset customer money that they're taking care of, investing. It's the first public securities focused tokenization infrastructure company. Never before. There is no other company on the stock market like this. This is one you've got to get into. I don't know what the stock's going to go for. But every now and then on Crypto Hulk Show, we go over stocks, not cryptos on this story, but we're going over stocks. Well, we read about, okay, this company indirectly works with Ondo and Axelar and Ripple. Axelar is a Ripple partner, so Ripple's tied into this as well, their technology. We got here upsized. I'm not going to read. This is quite a lengthy one here. I'm going to shortcut this. This crypto, you have to buy first. You have to buy CEPT. Here it is right here. Let me show you their NASDAQ page. So some of you guys want access to a company. This one's like $11. Christopoulos. We got right here, Cantor Equity Partners 2, Inc., Class A ordinary share. what's going to happen is this stock right now is almost 12 bucks. Let me do a refresh on the page. Okay, now the price is 12 bucks. And I'm telling you what, as this gets closer to flipping, it's going to go, you're going to have some fun with this one, okay? Let me look through my deep dive. Okay, here's a deep dive. Yes, that's the idea behind how SPAC. So they're having a SPAC merger. Securitize and the Cantor company, they're going to merge. They're going to have what they call a SPAC, a special purpose acquisition. And let's read this right here. It's a SPAC merger. Securitize, which is a tokenization platform, is merging with Cantor Equity Partners 2. It's a special purpose acquisition company sponsored by an affiliate of Cantor Fitzgerald. The stock that you'd buy right now is CEPT, not Cantor Fitzgerald. Cantor Fitzgerald is a private investment bank. So you don't want to invest in that. You want to invest in the CEPT. Like I just showed you the link, okay? The combined company will be renamed Securitize Corp. So when you buy CEPT right now, right meow, I'm not sure exactly when this will occur. Expected in the first half of 2026. So anytime now, okay, maybe this month or next month, you'd buy CEPT and it will be turned into Securitize Corp. Securitize Corp. And is expected to trade on the NASDAQ under the new ticker SECZ. That's Sam Edward Charlie Zebra. Okay. So you can buy right now the CEPT and it will automatically go through a name change to Securitize Corp, SECZ. Got it? It says your shares, they will automatically convert into shares of the new public company. At the exchange ratio set in the merger agreement. So will you get 1-to-1 shares? I don't know. But there is a merger agreement. And if you want to know how many shares of CEPT turn into SECZ, I couldn't tell you. It's in the merger agreement. I'd have to look that up, and I'm not going to do that right now. The deal did not close yet. This article is from 2025, October. Yeah, there is no guarantee of a 1-to-1 conversion. Buying and holding CEPT without redeeming it is the standard way retail investors participate in this deal and get converted into securitized shares when it closes. So you're not guaranteed to make money. The stock could actually go down. Sometimes that may happen. So this is just for your information only. If you're interested in that. Now, here is an example. This is going to be massive right here. This is something that if you're into stocks, you're going to want access to this, guaranteed. This is something that never happened before in the entire world. Here's an article right here, a Securitize page showing BlackRock right there. Here's your evidence right here. BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund. Now, talk about the BUIDL token, BUIDL. Key features of it. You can read about the BUIDL token. So BlackRock has United States securities, and they put them into crypto form. So that's what you're seeing right here. Now, Securitize is the company that does this. Now, BlackRock uses a company called ALGO. Let me look. So what I showed you was Securitize. Let me look. I'm trying to see this here. BlackRock in ALGO. Ooh, that's expensive. You got a BlackRock Incorporated, ALGO tokenized. So here's an article here showing you that BlackRock and ALGO are partners. Let me show you this right here. Just in case you're brand new. Late fee from Robert Driscoll. Thank you very much. Seals Q is on sale, says Micah Ward. So there's your BlackRock article. BlackRock's BUIDL right there and ALGO crack $1 billion as tokenized securities hits an all-time high. So there's your article there on the BlackRock ALGO. Now, ALGO, here's another article from ALGO. That's a crypto that they sell on Caleb and Brown. BlackRock on BUIDL, how ALGO leverages BlackRock's tokenized treasuries. So here's an article that you can clearly see that BlackRock is using ALGO. And ALGO, here's an article. Here's an article that shows ALGO is partners with Axelar. ALGO Finance and Axelar integrate. There you go. So they're partners, ALGO and Axelar. And then finally, Ripple and Axelar are partners. So basically, BlackRock is using Ripple. There you go. There's your little chain of evidence right there. Now, I told you guys this 3 months before Ripple ever announced this, okay? So the first time that pretty much anybody, one of the biggest companies in the world, tokenized, no crypto channel except Crypto Hulk was reporting to you that BlackRock was using ALGO. ALGO was using Axelar, and Axelar is a Ripple partner. Nobody was ever reporting on that except Crypto Hulk. I was talking about this for 3 months. No other channel saying a word about it. No other channel. ALGO is 8 cents. Eventually got up to $1.40. Then Ripple announces, yep, we're working with ALGO and we're working with Axelar. Then all the XRP channels went crazy, except mine. Except mine didn't go crazy because we already have known for 3 months. Then Ripple comes out and tells people, yeah. 3 years ago, I was telling you about Ripple, and they had wallets, and Ripple's Singapore. No other channel talks about that. Then all of a sudden, about 2 weeks ago, Ripple announces they came up with a wallet. But I've been telling you for 3 years, Ripple will come out with a wallet. You watch. Ripple will come out with a wallet. And guess what happened? Ripple came out with a wallet. It always happens on Crypto Hulk Show first. Let me click out of these articles here. The garbage man's here. I can hear the garbage truck there, buddy. Up Utah. Look what we got going on in Utah. I don't know about you. I have a VPN. I'm going to tell you what, everybody. I think the government's going to outlaw VPNs. Very likely. Because remember, we can't be doing shit unless they can control us. Here's the article on the VPN. Utah is the first state to hold websites liable for users who mask their location with VPNs. Now, I want you to see what's going on. I want you to see this. This is so typical. How they get control of everybody is they always use the children. They don't give a fuck about kids until they want to pass a law to take your rights away. Think of all the fun shit in life. What they do is say, oh, spray paint, you can't buy spray paint. You got to have a licensor because kids use this and kids do that. And yeah, we can't do vaping because kids. Everything comes down to kids. That's such a load of shit, okay? What it is parents that are irresponsible and they raise dumb shit children. So the parents are the problem. Utah is, let's say you have a channel and you have midget porn, okay? And you don't want underage children watching that. See, parents are not supervising their kids properly, and they got kids that want to go watch midget porn, okay? So what Utah is going to do is bust the website. So when the kid uses like a VPN, see, here's how it works, Democrats, just in case you don't know. I'm going to let you know. Kids are going to want to watch midget porn, okay? Especially when it involves farm animals, okay? Now, Utah does this. And then all these Democrats say, I know that Utah is probably Republican, but they're acting Democrat right now. What happens is you have a child, and first they're like, all these so-called child's rights advocate people are like, oh, you've got to put a disclaimer on your midget porn website saying that you're 18 or above. So what does the kid do? He just clicks that he's 18 and watches the midget porn. Okay. Well, that shit didn't do any fucking good, did it? Then the next thing happens, they make sure you can't go to a certain website from where you live. So then the kid just gets a fucking VPN and hacks into the midget porn and watches it and goes to town, okay? Look, so what Utah is going to do is now bust the midget porn website because a child got onto it. That's like busting Chevrolet when someone's dumb shit kid steals mommy and daddy's car and goes and drives and kills somebody. That makes just as much sense. But let's read the article and see how fucked up Utah is. California's a million times worse. So don't worry. If I haven't offended your state, I'll get around to it. All right. Utah is the first state to hold websites liable. So they're going to hold the websites liable for users who mask their location with VPNs designed to bypass age checks. Okay, here we go. Utah's online age verification amendment. This is so fucking stupid. Formerly Senate Bill 73 take effect on May 6, making the state the first in the United States to explicitly target VPN use as part of age verification legislation. Signed by Governor Spencer Cox. Well, think of that dude's last name, Cox. That tells you right there. Good old Spencer Cox, huh? Boy, that's a... The controversial law establishes that a user is considered to be accessing a website from Utah if they are physically located there, regardless of whether they use a VPN or proxy to mask their IP address. It also prohibits covered websites from sharing instructions on how to use a VPN to bypass age checks. NordVPN, it's N-O-R-D VPN, one word, has called the law an unresolvable compliance paradox and a liability trap, arguing that it holds websites responsible for identifying users whose tools are specifically designed to be unidentifiable. Let's read down here. California introduces, that's another story. The law is also technically flawed, which means it's illegal. It's illegal, given that it assumes that a web provider can reliably detect VPN traffic and determine a user's true physical location. They can't. IP reputation databases such as MaxWind and iProxy can flag traffic from a known data center IP, but commercial VPN providers rotate addresses constantly, and residential VPN endpoints are largely indistinguishable from standard home connections. Autonomous system numbers analysis can catch traffic originating from data center networks, but can't identify a personal WireGuard tunnel running on a cloud VPS, for example. What a mess. The only detection method that reliably identifies VPN protocol signatures is deep packet inspection, which analyzes traffic at the network level, not system or app level. China's Great Firewall and Russia's TSPU system deploy DPI via ISP, but a website operator can't because it requires access to network infrastructure that sits between the user and the server. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm done with this tech shit. So let's break this down. Because we start talking about too much of this ISP and the VoIP and all this fucking shit. There's an issue of children getting onto certain websites that the government doesn't want them to. So maybe if parents have properly supervised their children, this wouldn't be happening, would it? Oh, damn. What this really is about, everybody. Now I'm going to tell you what it's really about, because they always use the children, okay? Used to have firearms in home. You get some of these dumb shit kids that climb in the parents' closet, take guns and shoot people and stuff, or they take the guns to school. It's the parents who raise fucked up kids, okay? That's the problem right there. And that'll never go away. You're going to have people that shouldn't be breeding and having children. Probably the people that shouldn't have children, they reproduce the most. That's why they're all on government assistance and shit like that. Then they keep having 8, 9, 10 babies. It's just unfucking believable. But our system promotes that, the Democrats, and they want more of these knuckle-dragging, heavy mouth-breathing humans reproducing at record numbers. The ultimate goal here is to take away our VPN. That's how this goes. You start with the one thing no one's going to want to go against, except me. I'll go against it. I'm going against it right now. I go against everything I want. You have to go against people. They're going to try to get the children. Who's going to go against the children, right? Well, I will. Because it's not going against the children. This is going against us. You start with the child protection. Oh, we got to protect the children. We got to protect, right? See how that works? that sets a precedent in law, a precedent. That's a key word, precedent. Once that precedent's set, you have a slippery slope. If you know about logic and logical argument, you'll set if you can get people. Look, they're gonna vote this in because there's no congressperson except me if I was ever in Congress. There's no congressperson that's gonna want to vote against this because, oh God, someone's gonna say something about you. Look, I don't care if somebody says something about me at all. They can go eat fat dicks. Okay, that's how I am. So what's happening is they're using this anti-VPN. They're using the children to prop them up and say, oh, we got to protect these innocent little babies. And then they pass out law. Now they got a precedent set. Now it's easier to pass another law against a VPN and then another law. And then pretty soon you outlaw VPNs. That's how all this works, everybody. This is what's happening right now, okay? Let me go. Now go buy White Teeth coin. Let me click out of that Utah article. I got a crypto for you. Let's dig into this crypto. One of the $500 members showed me this crypto. And James, here you are. This crypto is called Soil. S-O-I-L. Like you soiled your pants. Soil is a full... Now, this crypto here, let me tell you something. Sometimes the $500 people will send me a crypto. This guy called me up and gave me 1 or 2 or 3 cryptos. The one crypto was just absolute garbage. I think he invested in it. It was a total rug pull type, maybe a not okay. It wasn't a total rug pull. They lied about some shit being hooked up with the SEC. It was a garbage crypto. And I said, dude, if I put that crypto on my show, I'm gonna lose respect for myself. Okay. This crypto is a good one. It's 8 cents. It's called Soil. Let me show you the CoinGecko on it. You might want to buy this one. I told this guy, if I put this crypto on my show, then that means you might want to get it. I'm not telling you whether I buy it or not because I'm not going to announce publicly about everything I buy. Copy and a paste. But if he wants to buy this, I'll give you a double thumbs up. Soil. Let's look into Soil. A lot of times this guy, he'll give me coins that I think are very speculative and just, they seem like want to get rich quick ones. But this one here, this is a good one. This one's solid right here. Soil. Let's look into Soil. So notice how we are 33 minutes into the show. 99% of the people have left. So for you that's stuck in here, this is a crypto that I can go over for you. All right. Soil is a fully regulated DeFi protocol. It functions as a blockchain-based lending marketplace. It bridges traditional finance and corporate small to mid-size enterprise debt with crypto liquidity. It delivers secure, predictable yields on stablecoins, primarily USD Circle and the Ripple Labs stablecoin. It's backed by off-chain real-world assets such as registered pledges on shares and assets. Mortgages backed by mortgages. Oh man, that's good. Personal guarantees, sureties, escrow accounts, and loan assignments. Private debt fund managers originate loans to establish small to mid-sized enterprise. This generates real cash flow yield passed to crypto lenders via on-chain pools. Users deposit stable coins into lending pools for passive income. Locking soil boosts annual percentage yield. The protocol includes a multi-chain guarantee fund funded by protocol profits for risk migration, legal covenants, and monitoring. The primary chain is a Polygon Ethereum virtual machine. There's expansions to Arbitrum and native XRP Ledger. Oh my God, everybody. Yes, XRP is partnered up with this. I'll get into that later. So this project, Ripple actually gave it money, okay? When Ripple gives a project money, that already Crypto Hulk, I'm going to go buy that shit right now. It's a single asset value. It's the XLS. Ripple has something called the XLS 66. That's how this is worked in here, okay? It yields, it has Ripple Labs US dollar yields, no bridges, no wrapping. The contract is on Polygon. It gives you the contract there. I will copy and paste this for you. So this is the one on Polygon. There you go. Let's see here. Now, the one on Base, here's this one. It's on Base. Copy and paste. There you go. Polygon and then Base. Wait. Nope, that's my bad. Not the one on Base. Let me erase that one. Okay. So that's the Polygon one. Max supply, 100 million. Right now circulating, there's 68 million. It's deflationary. It is deflationary tokenomics. It has a $6 million market cap. It's very small. Means this thing can bump. It'll be able to go up quick. 24-hour volume, money flow, 2,000 to 6,000 per day is moved in this coin. It's a very small amount. It's audited by Hacken. Fully compliant in Poland, Malta, and MiCA Alliance. It's aligned with MiCA. So that's a good thing. It means it's in with the government, market crypto assets. The official site is soil.so. Let me give you that. They have an application. If you want the phone app, they got it. Let me put that in there right there if you're interested. Soil.co, or if you want the app, it's app.soil.co. There you go. Let's keep going here. There's a white paper. Let's look at some of the advisors and their ecosystem. Fireblocks is for custody with this. Fireblocks is providing custody. Okay, Jacob, Jakub, Jacob Bojan is the CEO. He worked at Price Waterhouse Cooper, that's a big deal. PwC. I think he currently works for them. It didn't say past. He's a founder and he's a past M&A business integration, all these things at Price Waterhouse Cooper. That's a Ripple partner. They are like an accounting firm. They make sure everything is legitimate. You can account for everything, basically. The CIO has 10 years in real estate, private debt, Southern Eastern Europe. Okay, now here's where Ripple starts coming in. Michael Masiuk, Michal, Michael, and then Masiuk, Maciuk. He is the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, and the co-founder of ORQO, Managing Partner. He is active in the XRP Ledger panels and events. So he's in with XRP Ledger. That's out of France. Remember, the XRP Ledger and Ripple are two separate things. The XRP Ledger Foundation, that's controlled in Paris, France. Ripple gave up control. Ripple gave up control of the XRP Ledger, have anything to do with that, and all the authority is now with the Paris Court of Appeals. Very interesting why that happened. That's why Ripple is not a company, it's a government contractor. You'll find out in the end. You'll be like, damn, Crypto Hulk, you knew this whole time. Yep. And it said on the Ripple website, we are a government contractor, subcontractor. I already showed you guys that. Then Ripple took it off their website because I caught them with their pants down, screwing the pooch. All right. What are the blockchains and crypto involved with this soil? Polygon is the primary with the Ethereum virtual machine. You got Arbitrum involved in this and the XRP Ledger via the XLS 66. It's a single asset vault for institutional efficiency. You got this two stable coins involved with this, USD Circle and Ripple Labs USD. And you have that soil token. That's interesting why these stable coins are picked, everybody. There's a reason for that. Soil powers the protocol holder's supply and locks tokens for rewards. Enables crypto users institutional grade regulated fixed income yields of 5 to 8% APR. Okay, who else was involved? The XRP Ledger launch program powered by Ripple and the Dubai Finance. It's Dubai International Finance Centers involved with this. This is very good right here. They received a grant for XRP Ledger integration. It's the first compliant yield platform on the XRP Ledger. Let me repeat. This is the first compliant yield platform on the XRP Ledger. According to Grok, active in XRP Ledger Commons workshops and events. It's regulated under the Polish, Maltese, the Abu Dhabi Global Center, MICA approved, EU, all approved throughout the EU. So this thing's good to go. It's not like, oh, gee, are they going to get busted or rug pull? It's already tied into the government and with Ripple. This is a solid project right here. Let's see. This has TradeFi, Rigor, real-world assets, ties to tokenized funds like BlackRock's Biddle and Hamilton Lane. Oh, that's a massive big deal right there. And then you got Fireblocks mixed up for custody on this. You have something called Mount, M-O-U-N-T. Mount Private Debt Fund is involved with this. It's a liquidity demand originator for small to mid-sized enterprise corporate loans. Something called Flexi, F-L-E-X-E-E, Flexi app. Nextrope, N-E-X-T-R-O-P-E. Nextrope's involved with this. They are a smart contract-backed implementation. They're Ethereum virtual machine, Arbitrum lending marketplace. That's who Nextrope is. They use Solidity Node.js and PostgreSQL. Looks Chinese. Now, the XRP ledger. It was announced 2025, February 2026. Single asset vaults on the XRP ledger. They had a special, I guess, amendment, which is the XLS 66. The role is native XRP ledger yield platform. There we go, right there. They have Ripple Labs US dollar pools, institutional vaults, no bridges. First compliant yield. This is the first legally compliant yield, if you want to call it DeFi, whatever you want to call it, on the XRP ledger. This one is the first one, everybody. First mover advantage, okay? This is your DeFi that blends traditional finance with Web3 DeFi on the Ripple platform, XRP ledger. This is the very first one, okay? Congratulations. That's what Crypto Hawk Show is about, always having the first, beating out all these other numbnuts out there. This is your first one on the XRP ledger. Securitize is mixed up with this, everybody. Oh, shit. Securitize. Wait a second, Crypto Hawk. Securitize tokenizes for BlackRock. Yes. Remember the first article we talked about? Securitize. They're going onto the stock market, everybody. This whole thing is massive, okay? Securitize is the first tokenization company in the entire world, and I'm showing you right here, they're going to be on the stock market. This crypto soil is the very first yield-generating DeFi Web3 on the XRP ledger. You've got Securitize working with them. Securitize works with BlackRock, the biggest financial company in the entire world. Congratulations for watching the Crypto Hawk channel. You got Securitize as their partner with this. What does Securitize do? They bring real-world asset tokenization and support along with a new chain integration. This is so massive. And Securitize, again, is tied right in there with BlackRock doing the same thing. You've got the Plume Network. Oh, shit. Plume Network. Now, for those of you that don't know, Plume is on Caleb Brown. Here is Plume. That's my favorite. I bought a boatload of this. Like, whew, I bought a disgustingly high amount of Plume about 2 weeks ago. Let me do a copy and a paste. So we got Plume mixed up with this soil. Plume is a day one partner right there. Now Plume's a Ripple partner. You got Ripple involved in this. You got Securitize. You got Plume. You got Chainlink. Oh shit. You've got the very first DeFi project that ever was on the XRP ledger. First mover advantage tied in with Securitize and BlackRock. You can't get a better crypto than this. Buy it while it's hot. Chainlink's involved. Something called M squared is involved. I think I'm going to let that one go. Now, I don't know if this is on Caleb and Brown. You might want to look to see if Soil, maybe somebody can look and see if it's on Caleb and Brown. I'm trying to run a show here. I can't do that other stuff while I'm running the show, and that's for show. We got 10 minutes left on the show. Chris Sharpie. What do you think's a good amount of plume to hold? I mean, is there ever enough? Like, it's never ending. You just have to go with what your budget feels. But call me later, and I'll answer your question. Alrighty then. Let me click out of that one. The Rise token. Let's take a look. Okay, we got 10 minutes. Now, we're going to talk about Grayscale. This is Grayscale, one of the largest financial institutions in the world. Grayscale picks like 5 or 6 cryptos. Let's right here. Grayscale names 6 protocols. Grayscale, one of the biggest investment companies in the world, Grayscale picks 6 cryptos, okay? They're picking 6 for what? That are going to win the tokenization mega trend. Now, everybody look. A year ago, nobody's talking about tokenization a year ago, 2 years ago. I'll tell you what. This is why I started the $500 for 3 months group, because in January of this year, 2026, I noticed a massive change in the news. All of a sudden, January 2026, what I noticed, all these banks, institutions, stock markets, everything huge, every huge organization is coming into tokenization and crypto. The crypto companies are trying to get banking licenses. The banks are trying to buy tokenization companies. The banks are trying to buy crypto companies. I'm watching this saying, oh my God, they're getting all set up. Then that's why in February, probably February 5th, I started Crypto Hulk 3 months for $500 because I said, you know what? This is getting massive and I need to start talking to people. You can talk one-to-one with Crypto Hulk and figure out your portfolio. How much should I swap this, swap that, whatever it is. You've got an excellent channel right here helping you. Now is critical. Now all this is getting set up. You've got Grayscale. Look, I'm telling you what, the normies, the normal people, not the brokies, but the normies are all starting to hear about crypto. Grayscale. Okay, Grayscale is an investment company. It's traditional finance, okay? Grayscale is you want to buy Chrysler, Goodyear stocks, Adam and Eve, dildo, sex toy shop. You can buy their stocks. Whatever you want to buy, you can buy it at Grayscale, okay? Now, Grayscale comes out with their list. Look, all the normies are looking at this, and they're like, what? Grayscale's talking about 6 cryptos. People are just like, what's tokenization? Look, Grayscale's opening up, everybody. These big companies, they're getting all set up. They're announcing it, but guess what? People aren't paying attention. They only watch the show for 15 minutes, then they're gone. The people that already left, they don't know anything about what we've been talking about. I just went through a soil stock that's fucking massive, the connections in soil. Now I'm going over Grayscale. We're going to talk about 6 cryptos that Grayscale is recommending for their clients to buy. And I'm going to go over and you're going to see a name pop up here. We're talking about, okay, keyword tokenization. Now, we all know the Canton Network has the crypto called Rise, R-I-Z-E. Let me show you that right here. This one is on sale. I scooped up a pretty good chunk of it last night. Rise, 0.002. There you go. Let me do a copy and a paste. Let's look at this Grayscale. Grayscale picks 6 cryptos that are positioned to benefit from the tokenization megatrend. Everybody listen up. You need to concentrate here. Grayscale, a traditional financial company. You need to understand where this is what we're doing right here. This is massively important. Grayscale, a traditional company, had nothing to do with crypto up until maybe a couple years ago. Grayscale, a conservative institution of investment, is now telling its clients that they have 6 cryptos that the customers need to buy because tokenization is what? A mega trend. A mega trend. Everybody, that is the Rise token that you're able right now to get for 0.002 cents. Not even a penny. This is so damn cheap right now. When I was buying Rise, when I first learned about it, it was 1 penny. Now it's almost 1/3 of that. It's 1/3 of 1 penny. This is so cheap right now. Look what they're talking about. Grayscale's talking about tokenization megatrend. That's the next wave, everybody. It's not here just yet. It's time to invest before it gets here. Do you not understand this? Why wait till this crypto's? I had somebody tell me this. I'll buy XRP when it hits $5. I was telling them this like 6 years ago. Get XRP right now. It's only like 15 cents right now. Oh, no, wait. I haven't even heard of that stuff. I'll wait till it's about $5 a piece. And I'm like, man, you are a brokey. No, I didn't say that. But what's Grayscale saying here? Tokenized assets grew by 217% a year. The stock market, you guys, this is so massive right here. You will be rich, okay? Tokenized, listen to this. This is what Grayscale's telling you. They are telling you this. And a lot of you are like, well, that crypto just keeps going down. I'm like, well, that's why you're a brokey. Tokenized assets grew 217% each year. But Grayscale sees potential for even more than that. Oh, wow. Canton. Now, what are they talking about right here? Canton coin. Canton leads with 390 billion tokenized. Ethereum holds 16 billion. Are you seeing this? And Solana too. Canton coin. Remember? Well, you should have been watching my PM show because we just completely destroyed XDC. So many people got butthurt by that show. But let's look at Grayscale right here. What is the first crypto they talk about? Canton. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk. You're so fucking right all the time. Canton has 390 billion tokenized. How many does Ethereum have? 16 billion. That's like, Canton's got like 30 times Ethereum's tokenization. Oh, damn, Crypto Hulk. You are always right about this shit. Son of a bitch, I should have listened. Yeah, you should have. But that's why I'm Crypto Hulk, and that's why you're you. The asset manager, Grayscale, has identified 6 cryptos it sees as the biggest winners of the tokenization megatrend. The 6 cryptos are going to be the biggest winners. What are these, Crypto Hulk? Well, it's not XDC, I'll tell you that, or R3 Corda. That's faux show. Let's look right here. If you look down here, there's a chart right here, and it shows 288 billion 288 billion. Residential real estate. Residential real estate's the biggest one in that chart. See that right there? Then look in the middle. Commercial real estate. And then you look at agricultural land. What does on the Canton network tokenization is Rise. The Rise crypto does real estate tokenization. They're showing you this graph. First, the article talks about Canton right off the top. Then we scroll down and we see a graph with real estate, residential real estate, commercial real estate as the biggest. And what crypto on the Canton network does that? Rise. The Rise net does the tokenization of real estate. It's not XDC. It's not R3. Let's look down below here. It says Canton. What does the title say? I don't need to lie about it. Look, it's not bragging if it's facts, okay? Canton leads. This is what Grayscale's saying. Canton leads the near term. Ethereum and Solana take the long game. The report argued that tokenization, like the Rise crypto, tokenization is set to reshape capital markets. Oh my God. I'm telling you, everybody, we are here so early. If you watch Crypto Hulk and the people that call me up, you're early. I've been telling the people that call me up this for a very long time. I don't talk about the things that I tell these $500 for 3-month people on the show. But these people that call me, they're so far ahead of even what's on my show. The report argued that tokenization is set to reshape capital markets. Tokenization, like the Rise token, is going to reshape capital markets. Why am I bringing up the Rise token? Because this fucking article, dumbass, is talking about Canton leads near term. And what does Rise do? They tokenize for Canton. That's why I'm talking about it, dummy. Now, what are the 6 cryptos that Grayscale talks about? Ethereum, Solana, Canton, Avalanche, BNB, and Chainlink. Now, of these cryptos here, Canton is clearly the leader. The report first. So Grayscale put out a report for all their shareholders and their investors. The Grayscale report first pointed to Canton. Okay. Canton commands 93.8% share of the total on-chain real-world asset tokenization. Canton, this is reported by rwa.xyz. Canton commands 94% share of the total on-chain real-world asset tokenization. 94%. It's not XDC and it's not R3, okay? Those people you got to quit. Look, I understand you're married to your crypto, your precious little XDC and R3, but it's just, I guess they're nowhere near this at all. They're not even in the same galaxy. It's competition with Canton, okay? The $500 people, I've been talking to them for a long time now about this Canton and all that Rise shit. I'm now really just bringing it out. I'm now coming out of the closet about XDC and that. But I've been telling the $500 people that talk to me about shit for a while now, okay? Canton is by far the largest pool of capital in the sector. Grayscale research argues that institution-focused networks like Canton, notice how this whole thing is about Notice, I want you to see something. Grayscale puts out an article about 6 cryptos. Who's all we talking about right now? Canton. I'm just reading the article. So far, it's not talking about any of these other cryptos except Canton. That's it. That's how it is. Grayscale research argues that institution-focused networks like Canton, they're not talking about XDC or R3, okay? Just sorry to let you know. You can stop hating. Canton are likely to lead in the near term. Unlike public blockchains These networks are built to mirror how traditional finance already operates, which could ease the transition for users and intermediaries. Canton also offers privacy by default, a feature that's not negotiable for most institutions. I think Ethereum probably wins for the next little while on the back of TradeFi getting involved. It's almost all going to happen on Ethereum for the next couple of years, I think. Here, this guy says, that's from somebody called Jeff Kendrick from Standard Chartered. That's a Ripple partner right there. Ethereum has the strongest ecosystem network effects, leading all others in the market capitalization, development activity, and other applications. The report noted Solana trails Ethereum. Talks about Chainlink a little bit. Okay, there you have that, where Canton is clearly the superior crypto. The Rise token here, here's a little deep dive on Rise. It's institutional grade, compliant tokenization for real-world assets. RiseNet enables asset owners to tokenize projects on chain. So it acts like a Securitize. Let's see. RiseNet is the project's public permissioned layer 1 blockchain Ethereum virtual machine compatible, built on Avalanche. It emphasizes privacy by design. What is the use case of Rise? Tokenization and platform fees, gas and transaction fees, governance, bond Rise to earn voting weight, increase linearly over up to 36 months. You get early allocations in selected tokenized assets. Unlocks institutional workflows for privacy. It's Canton ecosystem gateway. Talks about who made Rise. Rise, it's tied in with the Canadian government too. So the government of Canada, through I think like the college, one of their top colleges, the Canadian government basically is working with the Rise crypto project, supporting it. So you got a government involved in this. Let's see if I can find that right now. I know this is last minute. The T-Rise. Here is your T-Rise website. So Rise would be a crypto. It's way cheaper than Canton. You could probably buy a fuck ton of them. Canton's like 15 cents a piece. So here is your, okay, here it is, the Canadian government right there. I'm going to give you the article. You can look through the article I sent you, or if you go to this article right here, Rise crypto backed by Canadian, there. That Rise token, it's backed by a government right there. And it's mixed up with probably the best crypto on the market right now. Right meow. And there you go. All right, I'm out of here. I got to go work out. I'm going to cold plunge. After that, I can take phone calls from the $500 for 3-month people, and that'll be a wrap.